Yeah, I'm sharing the screen. Okay. So we are in today day 28. Okay. So in this today's class, we are going to discuss on improvement maintenance. That is what YA03 improvement maintenance. Okay. Improvement maintenance orders. And the next topic we will try to discuss today is on superior orders and its suborders. Okay. And its suborders. The next topic we will try to discuss, I mean, if the time allows us, is on the standing orders. Okay. So these are the three topics we will plan to cover today. So a bit important only. Okay. So because I mean we will come to that, like what happened, what is meant by superior order, and what was the difference between such orders and all we will try to discuss. But first we will cover the YA03, that is the improvement maintenance. Okay. So the name itself says that if there is any need of any improvement in terms of any activity, then we will use the order type, that is YA03. Okay. So in such kind of order types, the default settlement receiver, okay, the settlement receiver is not a cost center, but the settlement receiver is your WBS. Okay. Settlement receivers for this kind of order types are WBS elements. Okay. So why we are saying that the settlement is not a cost center, rather it's a WBS element, because the name itself says that it's a improvement maintenance. Okay. Not only improvement, if you are setting up a new project related activity, okay, or any project related uh, requirements that you are setting up for a given plant, then you will use this kind of improvement maintenance, in which the cost is going to settle not for the cost center, but rather it is going to settle at the project related WBS elements. Okay, because it's the work done by the project, project team, right? And there is no point of settling that particular amount, all right, or the value or a cost against the cost center of any equipment. Rather, it should go and settle for the WBS elements. Okay. So that's the reason we say that for improvement maintenance, the settlement receivers are the WBS elements. Okay. And that gives the integration between PM and PS. Correct. Even in interviews, they may ask you that what was the integration between PM and product systems. So what was the integration? In such, there are few orders, there are few order types in which the settlement is going to be the WBS elements and not the cost centers. Okay. So that is where the integration between PM and PS happens. Okay. So what is meant by now a WBS element? So the full form of WBS element is known as the work breakdown structures. Okay. WBS, work breakdown structure. RUCTURE. Okay. So what does it says? Like every work, every activity, you can create one WBS element. System allows to create, like erection of structures can have one WBS element. Okay. Next, uh, like you may have like what to say, like welding or fabrication of structures. That can be one WBS element. Okay, final preparation or final uh, handover of the project related activity to the maintenance department. That can be a WBS element. So there you can create n number of WBS elements. Okay. So basically what it says is every each activity that the project team is going to perform, that can be created as each WBS structure. Okay. So how to create that in SAP? So the T code to create WBS elements. Before creating WBS elements, you need to create one project. Okay, project, manage project or create project. So there you can call it however you want. But before creating a WBS, you need to create a project. The T code for creating a project is also CJ20N only. Okay. Under that project, you can create the WBS elements. Okay. And that particular WBS element you can make use while you are performing the settlement for a particular order of order type YA03. Okay. You can also include some activities in your network. You may heard about network orders. Okay. So we will also cover the network orders. What is meant by network orders, everything. But in this case, we are going to create one order and going to settle with respect to the WBS element. Okay. So as I said, the T code to create a project is CJ20, and we will also see how to create a project and how the WBS elements under the project looks like. Okay. So let's jump into SAP itself. And before creating, the process, end-to-end process, we are going to take an equipment. Okay. We are going to take an equipment, and let's assume there is some work need to be performed against that equipment. Not only an equipment, even in some cases, if it is a structure or any project related activity. Okay, if not against equipment, let's say against any functional location, there is some project related activity going on. Correct. So in that case, you can also create a maintenance order even for other functional locations as well. Okay, wherein you can say that erection of some structural work. Okay, so or fabrication of some channel. Okay, in order to support that particular functional locations. All are related. All are project related activities. Okay, so in such cases, we can make use of this order type, that is YA03. So what we will do, first step, you know, we will create an equipment in our case, or if you want, you can make use of functional locations for which, we are going to specify, we are going to specify a WBS in its master data. Correct. If you remember, both for technical objects, that is equipments or functional locations, you can either specify cost center or you can either specify WBS as well. Correct. So instead of maintaining cost center, we will maintain the WBS element, and we are going to execute the process. Okay. So that is first step. So what was the second step? Second step is just to create a YA03 YA03 maintenance order and perform the execution as usual. Means the way you do the order completion. order execution cycle, it's going to be the same. Only difference is instead of getting settled to the cost center, it gets settled to the WBS element. Nothing different there. Okay. So what we will do, we will log in into the system itself. Okay. And before creating any equipment or any technical object, let's see how the project looks like. Okay. Project and the WBS elements looks like. I'll tell you one simple way to create a project and the corresponding WBS elements. So you can take always the reference, okay, of the standard project and the standard WBS elements, and then you can change accordingly. Okay, like how? So the T code is to go to CJ20N. Okay, if you see the Fiori app for creating the project is project builder, and if I show you the app ID, okay, it's not an app. It's not an app ID. Directly the framework coming from GUI itself. Okay. So CJ20N, if you just search it out, then you will find this app. Okay. What was app? Tile. It is project builder. Okay. So meanwhile, also let me log in into the GUI as well. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. So if I go to CJ20N, okay. See, this is exactly the same layout. It also shows in your Fiori as well. Okay, because it's not an app, rather it's a GI screen directly, which has been took as a tile in Fiori. Okay, so here you see that last projects used. I will click on the first one. I have already created a project for our plant, that is ALM1. If you want to create a new project, how to do that? You need to click on that create icon, okay, and create new, okay, project. Instead of clicking on project, you click on copy project, okay. So when you click on copy project, you need to enter your, there is one standard project that is 1000, okay. The project is, you see this one, you can take this C dash 1000, okay, and you can give your own project definition in the top, okay, and you can give the description, start date, end date, and project profile. You can give it as standard project profile, okay, or you can also give capex projects, but better give the standard project profile. And you click on simply create project, it will create a project, okay. So that's how we will create a project. I will share this slide, entire PPT of how to create a project step by step. Similarly, I followed the same steps and created the project, that is ALM1 our plant dot ps dot 01. You can give any name, that doesn't matter, okay, but I just gave some meaningful name here. And the project description I kept as project related work for ALM1. Okay, how to do again I'll show. So create icon, new, copy project. Instead of clicking on project. The reason is if you click on copy project, all the standard settings, okay, will be copied from the standard project, and you can rename it into your own project. Okay, so that's how we can easily create a project. So under this project, so this is my project. Okay. So under this project, I have few WBS elements. Okay. See all the budget profile, planning profile, interest profile, all this settings and all got copied only. I haven't created anything new. Okay. Because I copied from the standard project itself. Okay. And under this, I have got few WBS elements. Okay. WBS structures basically. So what are those? If I click on the first line item, that is the project proposal. Okay. And the for the project proposal, we have got one WBS element. Okay. And project initialization, one WBS, feasibility study, all came from the standard. Okay, engineering definition, concept optimization, all are standard WBS elements. I just renamed to our corresponding plant. Okay, so we are going to use the last one, that is implementation, handover, and completion. Okay, we assume that this is the WBS which the project team may be using in order to perform any kind of uh, project related activities. Okay, so this is the WBS element, and one thing is important is all WBS elements under the project should be in REL status, release status. Okay, so how you can release that? If I go to the GUI also, you can in CJ20N. Okay, so you see this edit. If you click on edit status release, before release, this release option will be highlighted so that you can release that particular project as well as the WBS elements. Okay, without release, you cannot make use of this WBS elements for any given order. Okay, so that must be in REL status. Okay, so that's the only prerequisite. We need to have one project. We need to have the corresponding WBS. One WBS element is also enough because we need to just see the system how it behaves, right? But since I have copied from the standard, I have got six WBS elements. All are in REL status only. Okay. Now, the second step is to create a technical object in which we are going to specify this WBS element. Okay. So the technical object can be anything. As I said, we will go with the case of function location. Okay. So I'll go back from here and let's create the technical object in Fiori itself. Okay. So where is the tile? I think we don't have the tile related to create technical object. That's fine, not a problem. You can search here itself. So create technical objects. Okay. That there is one separate role, business role that you need to activate in order for this project related things, correct? Because that doesn't come under your plant maintenance EAM related roles. So what was the role for that? If I go to the roles, I'll show you. Hmm, UIC, no, wait one sec. Portfolio PPM user. There is a role related to product systems comes under FI. Okay, A B C D E F C D E F customer service manager, sales manager. Okay, no. Okay, I'll show in Google itself. Okay, I think I find some difficulty in displaying the respective role. I will show you. I'll show from Google itself. Okay, not a problem. What happened to this? Create technical object. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, before doing that, we will check what was the respective role required for creating this project. So CJ20N Fiori app. Okay. Yeah. One second. Let it. Yeah. So implementation information, configuration. This one. Okay. SAP underscore BR underscore project underscore fin underscore controller. So I'll paste it here. So this is the role required for displaying the project related tiles in Fiori. Okay, so I have added this newly into our user ID, then only that particular tile got displayed. Okay, that's fine. So create technical object now. So we will go with function location, right? And structure indicator. Ours is it's been a long time we created function locations. Huh? Yeah. So which one we have used? Do you remember? Okay, let's check here itself. I think Z, no? I don't remember. Okay, let me check here itself. Okay. So slash NIL01. No, we have used. Do you guys remember which structure indicator we have been? I think Z, right? Yeah. Okay. Z. That's fine. Okay. Yeah, Z and technical object. So we will give the technical object. Let me pull out the structure we have got IH01 ALM1. Okay, so we have like this ALM1 assembly. Okay, so we will make use of or we will create something like ALM1. Okay, ALM1. Uh, we will call it as what? Like STRU dash. Okay, for what? PROJ, something like this. Okay, dash 01. Okay, technical object category is M. Okay, so like this, we will create some simple functional location. Our main motto is just to specify the respective WBS element under this flag. Okay, so click on continue. Why it's taking time to create? Continue. Oh, I don't know why it's taking time to create one simple function location at least. Okay, that's fine. So all the basic details we will specify and proceed further. Okay. So planner group, maintenance work center, company code are specified. Cost center, I'm not going to give the cost center. Rather, we are going to give the WBS, correct? So my WBS, so let me search it out. We have already the tile, no? For what WBS we need to specify. Or else I will take it from GA, okay? So CJ20N. So this is my project related work and I'm going to give this WBS. Okay, so close this, give the WBS, okay, and then click on enter. Okay, so enters have been checked. That's fine. Click on enter. Okay, it has took. Okay, so go to structure tab and that's fine. So we have given the basic, very basic details, and we are creating one simple, function locations. Okay. So save this. So it has been saved and it is under the main function location, that is the plant itself, that is ALM1. Okay. So let's see the structure in GUI now. Yeah. So I had 01 ALM1. Click on enter. Yeah. So yeah, that's fine. Okay, so now we are making use of this to create one simple maintenance order of order type YA03, and we'll understand how it gets settled. Okay, so I'll go back. We'll go back one more step and go back. Create maintenance order. Okay, so create maintenance order of order type, that is YA03. Okay, improvement maintenance. Priority, that's fine. So technical object. So I'll copy directly from here itself. Okay. Oh, it was NN XX, no? Okay, but why two hyphens have been shown? That's when we can check that later. So planning plant is ALM1. Okay, and then click on continue. So like I will just specify as a project related project work, you know, uh, erection of structure something. Okay, and it's fabrication. Okay, yeah, and just specify the same TRU TURE. Okay, just I'm just filling up the basic details. That's it, and you can make use of any separate work center which is only meant for the project related activities. Correct, but in our case, that's fine. We are going to use the same. Okay, so now click on enter and yeah, go to operation data now, right? And we are going to specify the activities, correct? And let it be structure fabrication as the operation description and the hours. Okay, so it's going to take, let's say, 20 HR. Okay, 1 HR. Okay, that's fine. Click on enter. Yeah, calculation executed. That's fine. Okay. Next, most important thing is to check whether the settlement WBS element has been uh, automatically displaying in the order tab or not. Correct. So here, right? Okay, one sec. Org data. Okay. Why it didn't show on the WBS? We took the respective function location. Yeah. Okay.
In org data itself showing right side
Oh, yeah.
control
Sorry, I
area.
was checking. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Correct. Yeah. So the WBS element, it has been shown. That's correct. Yeah. I was checking this one. Sorry. Yeah. So operation date. Yeah. Now let's determine the costs. Okay. And everything rest of the process remains the same till the settlement. The costs will be at the order level, which is the cost collector. Correct. But once you perform the settlement, then it is going to get captured in the respective WBS element. And if you remember, how come the WBS element will be displayed even in that order type, that is YA03, the settlement profile, we are going to, we have used a settlement profile in which the default settlement receiver is a WBS element. YEAM03 we have used, in which we the default settlement profile itself is a WBS element, correct? And when you see the allocation structure, if you remember the allocation structure YE, the settlement cost elements for the respective personal cost, secondary cost, along with the cost center CTR, we have also specified WBS as its cost settlement receivers. Correct. I will show that as well in GUI. Okay, how that shows. Okay, And here you can also give the settlement profile as WBS, which will coming from the order type configuration. If you don't give also, that's completely fine. System can understand it from the settlement profile directly from the respective order type also. Okay, not a problem. Okay, I'll just save this maintenance order and 4000365. Okay, and here itself, we can also release this, or else you can go into the separate tile as well, from which you can also release. That's not a problem. But now in this case, we are going to release directly from here itself. Okay, so click on save, and yeah, I'll go back one step. I'm not using any materials and all. Anyway, the process is going to be the same. So just we are going with respect to the internal activities. Okay. So where is that? We have this fine maintenance order, right? And 4000365. Okay. 4000365 is the order. Click on go and change status. Yeah. Ready to schedule. No. Yeah. So click on ready to schedule. And the next tile we need to go is to dispatch, correct? How? Resource scheduling for maintenance planners. Okay. You can also, as I said in the beginning, you can also go to this slide, or you can also go to the find maintenance order scheduling tile. But only difficulty we have got in our case is that the dispatch operations will not get highlighted because our user ID person master record doesn't exist. So we are going with this slide, and we can also dispatch. Okay. Uh, any kind of, I mean, both ways we can do that. So I'm filtering only YA03, that is improvement maintenance, and click on go. And we have got such three orders of order type YA03. Okay. So in which we are going to take our structure fabrication and open my schedules, or you can also click on show in maintenance scheduling board. Okay, so you know, right, how it can dispatch. So click on this, select this checkbox, and click on dispatch. Okay, so it turns out into this green color, right? That's how you will dispatch. And go back one step, and go back one more step, go back one more step to the home page, correct? And from here now the order is dispatched. Okay, so where you can check that you have this fine maintenance orders dispatching, you see, you can also see from here. So 4000365. Okay, 4000365. So click on go. Let me filter out. I haven't one sec. Yeah. Okay. So what was the order status now? Before checking this, right? So we can also check it should be ready for execution status, correct? So let's see that whether it has got that status or not. 4000365. Okay, it's ready. Okay, we haven't changed the ready to. Okay, that's fine, not a problem. Here and there, one or sequence also miss. That doesn't matter. Okay, because we have already dispatched in that resource scheduling for maintenance planner slide. Not a problem. So now I go back and we'll go to uh, find maintenance orders dispatching, correct? Find maintenance orders. Where is that? This one, nah? Yeah. Okay. Through here itself, we can perform the completion as well. confirmation, correct? 4000365. So structure fabrication. So select this, click on go. Operation surface. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And time confirmations. Only we have got one simple single operation. So I'm just confirming that operation. Correct? How many hours? We have entered 10 hours, no? 20, sorry, 20 hours, I think. Yeah. And the final confirmation and personal number if you want, you can specify, right? And add time confirmation. Okay. So confirmation has been saved. Now, if you go back and you can check the find maintenance order app 4000365. Okay. Click on go. So go inside the order. Yeah, you see that the actual cost has been captured since we have confirmed that particular operation. Okay. So now I'll change the status to main work completed. Correct. And we don't have any such materials that we need to issue for this. So hence we can directly, since we have confirmed, we can directly click on complete technically. See, our main focus here is to how it gets settled to the WBS rather than focusing on the execution that we already know the sequence of steps through which we are executing. Correct. So the order has been takeout also. Okay. So if I go back and perform the settlement, see, so where is that run settlement, run actual settlement? Okay. So 4000365 and settlement period is August, that is 8 and 8. Okay. And financial year 2023. We will check with the test run by checking the test run so that we will ensure that you know whether it is getting settled, posting, processing completed with no errors. Okay, so we will just see the settlement receiver is going to be our what was the WBS element. So that's fine. So we'll go back one step and go back one more step and take this and click on execute. Okay, yeah. So now it has got settled. Correct. So now, similarly, like for the cost center reports, actual line items for the cost center, what was it? KSB1. We have also got one T code to view the costs that are captured under that settlement WBS elements. Okay. So what was the report? So let's see. Even I forgot the T code. One second. CJ. Let me logistics. A plant maintenance information system. Uh, okay, yeah, one sec. Port selection, information systems, cost analysis, MC8. No. Okay, we can also, not a problem. You can simply check in Google as well. Correct. What was that? Reports for WBS element. Okay, actual cost by WBS, right? So what was that? We have got one SALR CJI3. Yeah. What was the report? CJI3. Okay. If you see that CJI3. Okay. So database profile, it is asked the standard profile. So we can give the standard profile, not a problem. Okay. So what was our project? This is our project now. Or you can also give your WBS element, or you can also give your network order or your maintenance order. I will cover network orders later. Okay, how we can make use of the network orders in the project itself and how the maintenance orders get created with respect to the network order. Okay, through it in which again the settlement happens for the WBS only. Okay, yeah, you see this is our WBS, correct? So Uh, see this 12,000 rupees has got settled here. Why our order is not showing? Wait, I'll remove the date. Okay, LM1. Yeah. Okay, click on execute. 4000365. No, we have already settled, right? One sec. Okay, sender 400. Yeah. Why for here? I think one sec. We are in this screen. That's why probably it's not showing up. I think so. Right, let me click on exit. Okay. Now I'll go back to this. Yes. ALM1.ps.01. Okay. Date object cost element and value. Okay. Cost element perspective is showing. Project WBS partner. No, it's fine. Uh, what happened to this? Well, our order is not showing up here.
Last is there 782023. 12,000. That's one.
Which one? This one?
12,000. Yes.
No, no, that's correct. I was also
What
checking
happened?
the sender in the sender, right? It should show 365 also, no? 12,000. 36, it should show, right? It is not showing up. Why? What happened? Mhm.
It's like layout thing.
No, but the previous orders are showing up. Okay, one sec. 365. Yeah, it got settled, however. But yeah, I see, no settlement role. It has also took, but why it didn't show up in the report? Hmm. Yeah, personal hours 943 000, right? Okay, one sec. Slash O CJI3. Okay, let me give the order and give and execute. Okay, when you 365, no, but why it is showing the previous ones? Okay, I'll do one thing. Give the WBS and execute. 92105400 is the receiver, correct? Okay, and it would stand that the order should show under this sender, right? That is a basic thing, but in this report it's not showing. But however, it got settled. Okay, we can check that later also why it is not showing. Before that, we will see how it got settled to the respective WBS, right? So we have this configuration. So we know that in the respective order type YA03, we have specified the settlement profile, that is this one YEAM03, correct? So that YEAM03 has got, if you go to basic settings, general order settlement, settlement profiles, YEAM03. So default object type is WBS, right? Through which it gets settled. And the most important one more configuration we need to do is in the allocation structure YE, that is the allocation structure which was specified under that settlement profile. Okay, one second, let me connect the charger. 1 second. Oh, yeah. So under this YE, click on assignments. Okay, personal cost. I'm going to see settle. Have mentioned the entry for WBS for the same settlement cost element which I have been using even for cost center also. That's not a problem. The system will accept that. Correct. So along with we have also specified order as a settlement receiver, which we are going to see shortly. But that's how the settlement can happen to the WBS against this particular settlement cost element with respect to the personal costs. Okay. So that's how it works. Okay. So that's how you can make use of the improvement maintenance in order to settle the respective costs under the settlement receiver, which is going to be the WBS elements. Okay, that's how your PS and PM gets integrated with each other. Okay, important. Even in interviews, they may clearly ask you how you can settle to the WBS and what are all the prerequisites and the process steps. Okay, so that's how it works. And we will jump to one more topic, that is the concept of superior orders and suborders. Okay, what is meant by superior orders and its suborders? What is the difference compared with the follow-up orders? Correct. You may find that follow up on. Correct. When you are creating some orders directly in IW31, in the bottom of the screen you find one checkbox known as create follow up on order. Okay, and how that is different with the superior orders and the suborders. First, we will check the functionality of superior orders and the suborders. Okay, and then we can go and check the follow up on orders. Okay, so what is meant by superior and suborders? Let's take an example of there is a activity that you are performing some corrective maintenance or any kind of maintenance for that matter. Okay, you are performing some maintenance, okay, against any technical object, correct? So later you think that there is a need of you know some orders, some child orders you need to create. Okay, so those child orders you call it as sub orders. Okay, these are all your child orders, and this superior order you can treat it as your parent order, correct? Okay, so any sub order you will create is with the reference of your superior order, and the T code to create a suborder is IW36. Okay, through which you can create a suborder. So the most important thing in the suborders is whatever the cost, the actual cost, the actual cost that is being captured, ACTUAL, actual cost against the suborders are going to get settled, against for its what, not the cost center or not the WBS, rather it's going to settle it's to the superior order. Okay, the settlement receiver here is ORD, order, right? So that's how your costs will go and get captured for this superior order whenever you perform the settlement for the sub order. Okay, that's the basic, very big difference with respect to the follow up on orders. Okay, in follow up on orders, it's just a follow up. However, the cost is going to get settled to its respective cost element that is your cost center, okay, or WBS for that matter. But here it's going to be your superior order. So how system identifies that the it's a suborder and its cost needs to get into the to its respective superior order. There is a small configuration through which we can do that. Okay, so where if I go to you see this one settlement rule define time and creation of distribution rule. Okay, so where it is under your this one functions and settings for order types node itself. Okay, under this you have the settlement rule, define time and creation of distribution rule. Okay, so we can take let's take an example of PM01 is my order type in which I have specified here is the 4. What is this 4? 4 stands for superior order will be settlement receiver. Okay, option number 4 is what we are going to use. Superior order will be the settlement receiver so that any suborder of order type PM01 you create using IW36 system understands that the settlement needs to be happen against its superior order, okay, which is your settlement receiver. Okay, so we can see how that works. Right. So what we can do, we can make use of we'll make use of any existing or any new equipment. Okay, and we will create the process flow and we can check how that works. Okay, we don't have the respective Fiori tile for creating the suborder. Okay, hence what I am going to do, we are going to create the suborders in GUI and in Fiori we can make use of that in order to execute the process, or in GUI itself there are some options which we can use to only that is meant for your execution of suborder. Okay, that I will show in GUI itself rather than in Fiori. SAP has yet to bring up those functionalities in Fiori. Okay, so we have since a limitation, so we will check in GUI itself. Okay, so for that, I am going to create one more equipment. Okay, you can tell me what equipment we can create. We are running out of equipments, correct? So you can tell me any equipment name. Yeah, any equipment naming. Okay, I mean I don't. Why everyone is silent? Okay, we will give one equipment name. Uh, we can make use of pneumatic uh, control valve. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, tell me. Gearbox. Oh, okay. Okay. Gearbox. Okay. We'll give it as main gearbox. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So location ALM1. I'm going to give just the basic details, and however, we are going to settle for the cost center only, not a problem. Okay. But main thing is we need to check how the suborders get settled. Correct. Okay. So click on structure. Yeah, that's fine. Simply save this. We'll make use of this equipment number. Okay. So click on display. Let it be. I'm going to a new uh, 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 screen. Okay. IW31 PM01. Oh, sorry. Equipment is this one. Correct. Okay. Yeah. Click on enter. So this is your superior order. Correct. Superior order for GB gearbox. Right. And rest of the details you just specify as it is, no change in that. Okay, control key, you know, and yeah, okay, click on enter. That's fine. So go to operations, work. Let's say, for example, you want to specify the work here also. Yeah, you can specify. Okay, HR 1 8 HR. Okay, I'm not going to issue any components and all because you guys know already the process, how it works and how the cost will get settled, how the goods issue can happen, all those things. Correct. Okay, we are just going with the internal labor. That's it. Okay, and I am saving this maintenance order. Okay, so this is my superior order, right? 4000366. So for this superior order, let's say I'm going to create a sub order through the T code IW36. Correct. So create sub order. The same order type is going to be PM01 only. Okay, and this is my superior order. Correct. So click on enter. I will give it as what? Sub order 1 for GB. Okay, just for identification purpose. Okay. Rest of the all the details will be taken from its superior order only. And work, let's enter 3 hours. Okay, HR 1 3 3. Okay, HR. Yeah, right. So determine the costs, and you know the cost will get captured and all. That's fine. So save this. Okay. So 367. One more suborder we will create. Okay. So suborder 2 for GB. Correct. And go to operations and 8 hours. Okay. HR 1 8 HR. Click on enter. Okay. Yeah. So what was this? 368. Okay. So if I go to the main order, IW32, and you can see here there is one icon here. You see hierarchy. So click on this hierarchy. So system will show you the respective suborders against its a superior order. There is one more way to check this. Okay. Go to the standard report IW38. Sorry, not IW30. Yeah, even from IW38 you can give, or I can go for IW39. Okay, superior orders. I have mentioned the superior order and click on execute. You can see the respective two suborders against the superior order. Correct. So here itself, I need to go to the change mode first, and directly I can collectively click on release also. Correct. So click on release. Instead of going into individual order, I can select these orders and I can release from here. And once it gets released, I can perform the confirmation from here itself. Okay. You can see that, uh, let me go to the operations now. Okay. Select this, go to operation, you see collective confirmation. Okay. Individual confirmation also you can give, or you can also give collective confirmation as well. Okay. So you have got two suborders, collective confirmation. Okay. So actual work. Let's give some how much 3 hours here and 8 hours, right? Yeah. Okay. And here itself, you can also perform the final confirmation as well. Okay. How? You just simply select this and simply click on save, so that the final confirmation also happens. Okay, you can let me pull out the system status. Okay, yeah, okay, it has only PC enough. Huh? Why? What was this? Final confirmation. Oh, one sec, one sec. We
Check was
haven't
not.
checked. Yeah, yeah, we haven't checked that final confirmation thing. Yeah. So collective confirmation. You see this checkbox. Final confirmation. Final confirmation. Okay. Clear open reservations. No remaining work. Okay. So save this. Now refresh. Yeah. Okay. Now it has got finally confirm. And through here itself, I can also perform the techo as well. Okay. Uh, I don't think we can perform techo from this, right? Yeah. So let me go into the order once. Okay. And perform the technical completion. Okay. Our main functionality we are going to check here is once we settle this, how it is going to show up in its respective superior order. Okay. So what we will do, we'll perform the settlement. Okay. So KO88 367. Okay. Yeah. So test run. Oh, okay. You see that superior order, it is saying we haven't even released the superior order, correct? So that is mandatory, no? So must it at least should be released, right? So what was the superior order? 366. Click on enter. First release the superior order. Okay, save this. Right. Now go to settlement and let's see. Yeah, it got settled, correct? So if you see here, see it got settled to what? The settlement uh, receiver is itself the order, correct? The sender is your suborder, whereas your receiver is the superior order. Okay. So now untick this and we will settle to the superior order. Okay. Yeah. Similarly, even for one more suborder 368, untick, execute, and it gets settled to the superior order. Correct. Now I will check. We will check the superior order how that looks like. Okay. So 366, 366. Click on enter. Go to the costs. You see the 6,600 of what your 1800 and the rest of the cost for another superior suborder has been settled against your superior order. You see, correct? So that's how the superior order and suborder works. So where you will make use of this functionality. Let's say, for example, there is a business requirement says that there is a need for me to create some orders, right? Some or follow up on. They may call it as follow up on, but that is not a follow up on. The reason is if you understand their requirement, probably they will say that my cost should not go and gets captured against some cost center or something, but it should since I'm creating an order from my superior order or the parent order, so it should get settled to its the main order only. So it's simply nothing but the concept of superior order and the suborder. Okay, right. So how this settlement gets work? If you check the configuration, we have maintained three settlement receivers. One is CTR, that is cost center. One is WBS, and the third one is ORD, order. Okay, without that entry made in that allocation structure configuration, system will throw definitely an error saying that you haven't maintained the settlement cost element and the respective settlement cost receiver for this allocation structure under the settlement profile which you have been used. So that is error it will throw while you are performing the KO88 settlement. Okay. So we have since we have maintained that already, so system has performed the settlement and it has settled against this superior order cost. Okay. So how that is different from the follow up on order. If you check, in IW31, as soon as you create while you are creating a order, you can see that create follow up on order. So that is just a follow up on, that's it. Correct. It doesn't mean that the cost is going to get settled for its superior order. Here you will not have that concept of superior order. Rather, it's just a follow up on order. Okay, correct. So if I click on follow up on order here, and I can specify, any order of order type PM01. Okay, we have we have huge list of orders. Let's take an example of this one. Okay, and you can simply click on enter. You see, so what happens is system will go into this screen, and this is a follow up on order. That's it. Okay, it has no other relation except having a follow up on. Either the cost and all will be individual, means this follow up on order cost is going to get settled to the cost, whatever the cost settlement receiver it has specified as a default, not to its follow up on order. Okay, so that's the difference you have got between your superior orders, child orders versus your follow up on orders. Okay, important. Concepts are very small, but these are equally important with compared to your larger concepts also. Okay, because even nowadays in interviews as well, they're focusing on small concepts, but yet important. Okay, now let's see what is meant by standing order. Correct. So the name itself indicates that it is a standing order. Means what? There may be few orders that through which you will execute long-term tasks. What is meant by long-term tasks? So those orders will not be set to technically complete as soon as it gets completed, because you need to use such orders for a longer time. Okay, like let's say for example, uh, what we can call instead of creating orders each and every time, you can make use of one single order itself, and you can perform your executions. Like for example, if you take purchasing of any non-stock items. Okay, so you will decide that okay, let's have one standing order, and through that standing order itself, I am going to purchase whatever the non-stock items that I need for my maintenance throughout the year. Okay, so then you can make use of one standing order. So how you will create standing order? It's simple the way you create your normal maintenance order itself. Okay, but you will not perform the technical completion. Okay. However, you can periodically settle that order through KY88. Correct. So that's the main functionality of standing order, right? Which is used which is used to perform long-term long-term related activities. Correct. When you say long-term, I will call as throughout the year. Okay. Or however the period you define as per the requirement. Correct. Throughout the year, and will not be takeout. Correct. Will not be takeout. Only it gets takeout whenever the period gets completed, you will takeout that. Okay. However, periodic settlement. Correct. Periodic settlement can be performed. So that what happens? Whatever the respective individual task or any procurement you perform against this standing order, so you can perform the periodic settlement. So whatever the cost, in terms of activity or method issue, right, you do against the standing order, you can settle that cost to its respective settlement receivers with respect to this standing order. Okay. So how that works, you know? So if you see even in the master data of, let's say, if I go to IE02 or IL02 for example, what was our equipment we have just created, right? Let me take this equipment also, not a problem. You see there is in org tab, you have one standing order here, correct? So here you can mention that standing order. So number of standing order through which settlement of all the maintenance tasks will take place that do not have an individual order. Correct? Means what? For example, for each and every time, if you don't want to create a single individual orders for performing some simple tasks, rather you will keep one open order, that is a standing order, and through I can achieve that functionality. Okay. So what was the just equipment we have created? IH0816. So 20 or what? Okay, one second. It defaulted. How come? Oh, you see, even this screen itself, some guy has defaulted to its own. Okay, I'll delete the variant later. Okay, you probably would have used variant to default his own details. At least he's that much lazy. Many of them are using, right? I mean, lot of people uses the same user ID, so probably even this has been defaulted. Okay, wait one sec. Variant name. Okay, one sec. Variants get. We have got two variants. Okay, what is this test variant? Okay, I've got three variants. Great. Okay, these are all old variants. Okay. Uh, okay.
Go through IHC norms or SSD.
But we haven't installed, no?
Yes,
We haven't installed
sir.
that one. Wait, wait. Better, we'll go from here. That is easy. Yeah. Okay. 240. Okay. We will take this equipment. Okay. And main gearbox. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to give one standing order, but before giving this standing order, I should create one standing order, right? So I'm going to IW31, and we are going to use PM01. That doesn't matter, order type doesn't matter, which any order type you can use in order to create one simple standing order. Okay. So I'll also specify the description saying that standing order for gearbox related activities. Okay. Gearbox related activities. Not any, I mean, we should be very clear on when the standing order concept need to be used, right? Because if it is going to be a preventive maintenance, it doesn't make any sense to have a standing order. Okay, because it's very clear that from preventive maintenance it should trigger from the plan, but where exactly you can make use of standing order? For example, if you are procuring some non-stock components for this particular gearbox throughout the year, okay, when and where and when required you want to procure, so in that case you can make use of this standing order, and you can specify the non-stock items in this components tab, and the respective purchase requisitions gets created as soon as you enter that. So you need to remove the functionality of generation of purchase requisitions from release, okay, because in this case your purchase requisition should get generated immediately, correct? Because you cannot every time release this, because this standing order only one time you can release, correct? So immediately when you activate that functionality, so where and when you enter the non-stop item, it gets the purchase requisitions get released. Sorry, gets created as soon as you save the order. Okay. So in that, yeah. functionality, you can make use of standing order. Okay. So let me enter the control key. The main aim here we are going to check is how it gets settled. Okay. Even be, before Techo also we can settle, right? We know that standing order. Yeah. So let me give some 6 hours. Okay. So I will show how this works. Okay. So 6 hours, for example. So HR. So click on enter. So release. Sorry. And determine the costs. Okay. That's fine. So go and save this and release this. Correct. It must be released. Okay. So I'm going to specify this order in my equipment as my standing order. Correct. Okay. Save this. Okay. Now, as soon as we have released and then we specified here, but it would be opposite. Once you create and you can specify this in your equipment master data or even in the function location master data also, and then you can release that order whenever required. Okay. Now, this order we are going to perform your the normal way of confirming. Correct. Okay. Since we need to execute the activity and we need to confirm the activity. So hence I am confirming the operation. Okay. So save this. Now, once the operation gets confirmed, I should not do the takeover, correct? Because it's a standing order. Later stages, I may need some more activity need to be performed within the same order. However, I want to settle this order periodically, correct? Means I want to clear out the costs from the respective order, correct? Because I have performed some activity and I want to settle that. So how you will do that? So before even Techo also, you can go to KO88 and you can settle this. You see. So test run. So just check whether it gets in settled or not. It will definitely get settled. Okay. Maintain the settlement rule. Why we haven't? Why we have specified this? Okay. One sec. IW32. Why settlement rule? It didn't defaulted or what? Oh. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to settle periodically. Okay, settlement type is periodic. Okay. So go back, save this, go to KO88 and execute. Yeah. So now you have been settling this periodically, not full settlement, correct? It's a periodic settlement where and when you are adding up some operations or executing some operations and you are settling there and then. Correct. So if I go back to IW32, I will just disable the checkbox and settle this. Okay. Settle. Right. Now, after 10 days or 20 days, you may need to perform, some more operations or some other activity with respect to this standing order. Yes, you can, let's say, for example, I'm going to adding up some operations. Okay, standing order, operation number two. Okay, instead of maintaining some real operation, we just maintain as operation number two, 8 hour. Okay, okay. Calculate duration. Yeah, okay. So now save this. Right. So before confirmation you cannot settle this system. What message it will throw? Nothing, or either everything has been settled or there is nothing to settle. Right, that is very obvious. It's a very clear message because you haven't yet even performed the confirmation. Then what is there to settle? Nothing is there to settle. Correct. Either the sender has already settled or there is nothing to settle. Right. So you'll go to the confirmation and you'll confirm the operation number 20, right? So 8, click on enter. Okay. So now save this. Now you can go to the settlement and you can perform the periodic settlement. Okay, periodic settlement for the additional operation we have added up for that settlement order. Okay, likewise, what you can do, you can make use of the standing orders and you can periodically settle those orders where and when you have been performing some maintenance activities against that particular technical object. Okay, so in those such cases, you need to specify that in the equipment master data, okay, as a standing order. Okay, so you have one more thing. What was that? A settlement order. So what is this settlement order? So this settlement order on which the PM order should be settled, similar to the concept of your suborder and the superior order. Okay, so order settlement can involve the settling of orders to other orders. When this is the case, a settlement order can be proposed. Wait, one sec. Yeah, a settlement order can be proposed from the technical object. This order is usually an internal order from controlling. Okay, means what? This will not be your maintenance orders basically. These are the orders coming from the controlling module. Okay, so that what happens? The settlement receiver, like as we saw in our case of superior order and suborder, the settlement is going to happen against the order. Okay, but that order can be your controlling related order. If that is the case, you can specify those orders here in the technical object. Okay, so we are not going to specify any such settlement order, but just I'm just saying for the knowledge purpose. Okay, see, till till now we have gone through several settlement receivers. Correct. One is the CTR, one is WBS, one is ORD. Okay, you have got few more, right? We know that MAT, that we are definitely going to check in the refurbishment cases. The settlement receiver is itself a material. Apart from that, you have also got settlement receivers such as your what a sale order. There are multiple, right? If you check that settlement profile configuration, you will find out many settlement receivers. Correct. So we will check four things in our training class. Already we saw three. The one remaining one is your MAT that we are checking in the internal refurbishment orders. Okay, how the moving average price of a material gets impacted whenever you perform the settlement for the internal refurbishment orders. Okay, very very important, even from the interview standpoint of view or even from the knowledge point of view, how the average moving average price gets changed whenever you perform the settlement for the refurbishment. Okay, that we will see in probably not today, tomorrow we will see that. Okay, so today's concepts are clear for everyone.
Yes, sir, I have three doubt on three orders.
Yeah,
First one is a standing order. What is the difference in configuration and why we need to assign this order in equipment?
yeah, see, basically from the config point of view there is nothing different. Okay, but the reason we need to assign this in the respective equipment or function locations, whenever, I mean, we are specifying that as your open order through which you are going to perform some miscellaneous activities. So, how anyone would know that against what order you are going to perform that? So, it's just an information purpose. You will assign that respective order in the standing order in the equipment or the function location. So that the planner will at least know that, okay, this is my standing order through which I can perform some miscellaneous activities which are not covered in your preventive maintenance. Correct. So he can make use of that standing order. See, best example is to procure some non-stock items through an open order. That can be your standing order. Okay. And in cases of this one PM03, right, we will also see that scenario wherein you can perform the service entry sheet repeatedly against the purchase orders that is going to get generated for a standing order, or even in that case the purchase order can be a standing PO, okay, through which you can enter multiple service entry sheets for each visit by the technician, right? So in such cases we can make use of the standing orders.
Okay, sir. And while creating superior order, we will settle sub order as for superior order.
Correct.
But
Superior order.
what about superior
Superior
order?
order will get settled to
Cost center
its
only.
cost center, default cost, default settlement
Okay.
receiver which is specified for it. Either it can be your WBS also or CTR also. Right? So whatever has been specified with respect to that superior order, it gets settled to that you know settlement receiver.
Okay. And for creating that investment order, no, so,
Okay, yeah,
budget investment
yeah,
order,
yeah.
we set budget
Budget profile.
settlement profile as a WBS element.
Huh,
In this order, we need to ask the budgeting. KO22 is there.
huh.
For creating this order,
Mhm.
we need to get the budget.
Okay, yeah,
So there will be a KO22. The budgeting will be done.
okay. Mm-hmm.
So in budgeting, only budget profile will be assigned, and based upon budget profile, this order will generate like that.
Okay, okay. But settlement happens to the respective
WBS
WBS.
only.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Okay, we will see that scenario. Okay.
So in this, sir, in this order, investment order, while
Uh,
creating order, we will take as cost center WBS element,
Acha,
and
you are talking about
for
improvement
that,
order, huh? Improvement order, no? Not investment, no?
uh,
Improvement.
sir, this is no,
Acha, you
I
are
don't
talking
know
about investment only.
about
Okay, okay, okay.
investment order.
Uh,
Investment order is now called as improvement order. As I am asking you, sir. In,
See, you can relate. See, basically, nowadays in Fury they have brought this one, improvement order. But if you check the entire concept wise and all, it's more or less similar to your investment order only, right? As I said, as you said also, even in the investment order, it is going to get settled to the WBS element. Similarly, even for our case, improvement order, it is also going to get settled to the WBS. Only difference we can find is we haven't allocated the budget profile in the improvement order. We can also do that. It doesn't mean that we should not assign the budget profile, right? So that the respective budget what has been allocated, we have that budget only to use, and whatever the cost incurred will go and settle to this respective WBS element under the project. It's very similar to the investment, but I really think that even in the investment, we don't make use of the project related WBS. No, that WBS comes from the allocated budget uh, related WBS probably, right? But here, since it's the integration between PM and PS, we are making use of a WBS which is created through a project, CJ20N project. That project is a org structure we create from the PS product system module point of view. Correct. So there is a slight difference, but we cannot say that's the exact difference between those two. However, we can make use of such order types. We can use that. But the reason we covered as YA03 is the standard SAP now has brought in the separate order type, that is YA03, for the improvement maintenance. Okay, so that's the reason we have covered it under improvement maintenance. But we will also
yes,
see
sir.
how the same functionality can be achieved by allocating some budget profile. But we will go with PM07. in that case, and we will see how that works. Investment order. Okay.
Okay, sir. After creating this order, the project is completed. Let us consider project is completed.
Hmm.
After project completion, they will convert this into asset.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
Right now, sir.
Correct.
Uh,
Correct.
right. That
And
asset number is
through that asset only, you will create, the function location, or most commonly the
yes,
equipment. And through that asset,
yes, yes,
in that equipment master, right, you will have one field for asset. So there, the asset from AC01, through which you can create an asset, can be used, and that's how the interlinking between controlling also again happens in the master data, and the depreciation costs is going to get dynamically changed for that asset based on the number of orders that we are going to create for this functional location or an equipment. So that is purely uh, uh, the concept related to CO, between CO and one of that integration, not the entire, but one such integration between controlling and PM. Okay. Yeah.
yes, sir. In Fury application, while we creating order and up to release deco, we are facing some bit confusing, sir, because dispatch schedule
See,
is
sequence
in a
is
standard way. Then sequence is no, then
see,
we can
yeah. This is the
understand it.
sequence. If I show you, there is one PPT. No, we have checked that PPT. Wait, new batch, new fill. No, uh, work order call. Yeah, if I check this now, I see this sequence. This similar sequence you can follow, or else I can also write the sequence here. See, very first thing, if you go with the reactive maintenance, then this is the sequence, no doubt in this. Okay. But coming to our normal way where we can create an order, you will just simply create an order. Okay. That is very common. Second is you will go to uh, find maintenance order style, in which you can perform the release. Okay. By clicking on edit button, edit on order itself. Once it gets released, the next step you need to see is, you need to check is ready for schedule. You need to check the status as ready for schedule. This you will perform in where? You will perform in find maintenance order tile itself. Okay. And the next step, once it is ready for schedule, you will go to resource scheduling for maintenance planners app. Okay. And through here we will perform dispatch. Okay, it is very very important. Once it is dispatched, then you can you can change the status to go to find maintenance order style again. Okay, and change the status to ready for execution. Okay, ready for execution. And then sixth sequence is go to same find maintenance order, but this time completion tile. Okay, completion tile. And in this tile you can add your time confirmations. Even through this you can go, or I will put it or you can go to perform maintenance job style. Okay, and you can add, you can perform the confirmation. Okay, along with goods issue also. Okay, goods issue. Here we have got some problem in our training. What problem? We are able to perform the goods issues, but this time confirmation through this style, that is perform maintenance job style, we have got the problem that since we don't have that HR master record for our user ID, we were not able to assign that operation under our name. Hence, if you specify some other name, it is taking much time to load. Okay, hence that's the reason we are using this particular tile to perform the confirmation. However, the goods issues we are depending on this tile only, perform maintenance jobs tile. And once the maintenance jobs is completed, then what you will do? You will to change the status to main work completed. Okay, and once that is done, then you are free to go to find maintenance orders. Okay, and change the status to what techo technically completed. After that, you know very well. Then you perform the run actual settlement tile and you perform the settlement. Okay. In between, if you are including non-stock items or PM02 or 03, then you will check for the purchase requisitions and you will have some more additional tiles through which you can convert the PRs to POs and do the goods movements against the POs. Okay. So those are its separate tiles, we have covered in the respective PM02 control key and non-stock item procurement. Okay, but this is how the
Goods issue before execution or sir, after ready for execution. Goods
here,
issue.
right? Yeah, goods issue for performing the goods issue for the stock items, your order status should be in ready for execution. Okay,
Okay.
then only that order will show up in this style, perform maintenance job style, or else it will not show up. But before doing this status, you need to have the dispatch under this resource scheduling for maintenance planner style. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes, that's how it. I know SAP has given. Yes, I really understand that. Even I faced some sequence problems right in the beginning because some
This
Google's
is bit confusing
correct.
in Fury.
Right. But one of 3 to 4 times, execute, you will get to use that. But it is very confusing in the very beginning because you see very similar tiles across the roles we have got. But each tile has its own sequence of displaying based on the order status. Okay, based on the phase. That will take some time. 3 to 4 times you practice, no? Then you can easily able to get the list of sequence that we need to execute. Okay, yeah. But it's very, but however, it's worth the effort because we we get once we get used to this sequence, it will be very easy nowadays. Very less blogs or videos we have got in the entire Fury with respect to the execution of phase and subphases, all those reactive maintenance, proactive maintenance. So that which we have been covering, so that will help you as a lot in all the new projects that are coming in public cloud or in Fury, so that will help a lot. Okay, yeah, okay. Even I am personally, learning many things since we are into Fury, and not every tile we have covered, till date. So that's the reason. Even I am personally exploring many things as in this part of this training. That's one good thing. Even I can tell. Yeah. Okay. Right. So I'll pause this.